Hey y'all, welcome to the channel, and as always we're wearing the white tee, but as you can see we're going sleeveless today because it is supposed to be hot in the state of North Carolina. Also, there's a chance for a few rain showers to come moving in this afternoon, so we're going to try to get this knocked out as quick as possible. And this is a budget trailer for a buddy of mine. He got it in a deal, and this is a Lowe's 5x8 trailer with 2x2 by 1/8 angle for all your main members, and 1.5 by 1.5 by 1/8 angle for the tailgate main cross members. All right, and this is a minimum trailer, so what that means is, like many trailers like this, in order to cut the cost and the weight, they only run supports the horizontal way from side to side and not the vertical from end to end. So we're going to add cross members, extra cross members, all in here from front to back and the end. Also, the brackets on the end by rewelding these brackets. Again, this is a Lowe's 5x8 trailer. My buddy got it in a deal, so we're not looking to spend a whole lot of money on it, just the minimum to get it where it needs to be. Also, with the lack of supports, a lot of the welds that hold this mesh cage in have popped off, so we're going to go back and add a bunch of tack welds in order to hold this mesh in. So to start off with, we're going to figure out what needs to go where. We're going to crawl underneath. So come on over here, I'll try to get you a shot of climbing up underneath and getting this measured out. So we're going to start off by measuring. So we're going to have to measure for each section, because I'm not sure that they're all the same. And we're going to pull the tape out, get a quick measurement, and as you can see, we'll speed this up, but we're going to get a measurement for every single section, and then we'll move into cutting material. And that will do for all our measurements for underside. Now, the funny part is going to be getting out of here. I call that the reverse worm. Slide this across here. We're going to make the first couple cuts, probably 2 or 3 cuts, and then after that it'll fit the length of this trailer. At that point we'll turn it that long way, the long way of the trailer, and move the whole operation over to it. So when you have a small shop like this, you have to be accommodating and move stuff outside. So let's move on to cutting. So pro quick tip: working on a piece of metal this long, it's really hard to get it just precise moving it with your hand. If you'll grab a soft rubber dead blow hammer, it makes it so much easier to move this thing. Once you get it exact, go ahead and lock it down. Welcome back. It's the next morning. Like I said, it was supposed to rain today, and they've moved it back, and supposedly the showers will be here between 2 and 5. So again, we're going to have to try to kind of rush through this. I had to switch over to the sleeve tee, 1 to keep from burning myself up while I'm under the trailer, and 2, the grass was eating my back up last night. Also, I want to say, you may be thinking, well, it's a small trailer, why don't he just flip it over and work? When you're in a bigger shop environment and you have a forklift or something that can lift the heavy object in order to flip it over, then yeah, I'd flip it over. Smaller shop environment, I don't have that ability to lift and flip it over like I should. So I'm trying to be realistic and show you how I do trailers here in the yard. I'm going to get the welder pulled out, get it hooked up. We'll walk you through that setup, and then we're going to get underneath here and get some welding done, because I know you're ready to see it. And I'm ready to get this thing done. So let's hop to it and get it taken care of. The welder is set up now. We're ready to start welding on this trailer. And I did a quick video of this whole setup here. And when I went back and looked, I realized it was like a 10-minute long video because it was more of a review. This video is about making this trailer modifying it, making it safe, making it more sturdy. So that's what we're gonna do. I got the welder set up, it's ready, and now I need to go back on this trailer, and the mesh is divoted down, but we're going to add weight to the top of the trailer, go underneath with the floor jack, and we're going to try to push this metal back up in order to give us room to fit the new metal. Let me go grab that jack real quick and we'll get to work on that. Slide it under and hopefully it'll reach the bottom of the trailer. As you can see, the mesh pushed right back up. I want to push too much. Alright, lower it down and see where it sits. It still has a little bit of a divot to it, but it's more right here, so we need to slide this jack over. Alright, so we got it pushed through. Good pressure on it. Let's lower it back down and see what we got. Not bad. That's actually pretty flat. Let's give it a little bit more boost. And again, a lot of the flex is coming from this front right here, where it wasn't welded, that I can tell, or it is just rusted into. It looks like it wasn't welded at all, to be honest. So that's where a lot of that warp has come from. Let it back down. Alright, got a little bit more divot right here, so we're going to move this over and we're going to press that. Let it back down. Alright, we've pressed it back up, and we're going to continue to do this for each section that we do. I'm not going to waste your time with watching each section being done, but that's the example of how it's going to be done, and we're going to move on. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this trailer, and then I'll catch back with you when we get ready to start welding. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take the back end of it. Alright, now both sides are tacked, we can finish welding this thing completely out. Alright, so that's a decent weld, and maybe I'll get a close-up for you to look at. That was left-handed. I'm a right-handed person. That was my left hand. So it's good to be ambidextrous, I think is the word, so you can use both sides, because you never know in what position you're going to be in. So don't always weld with one side. Try to learn both sides. Trust me, it'll save you a long time in the future. So we don't just want to weld one edge, alright? We want this thing solid, so we want to weld every edge that makes contact. That includes this side and the L shape on the back side of the angle. piece is welded solid. It's not going anywhere. We'll go ahead and do each cross member, and we'll fast forward through this part, but you'll see me do each cross member. I've tried to get some more shots down here from the other side so you can see what I'm doing. But we're gonna fast forward through all this. I'm gonna try and go ahead and get all these out. Now that we have the supports welded in, we're going to go back and we're going to hammer this mesh down until it makes contact with the metal. Once it makes contact with the metal, we'll put a tack weld. We're going to start from the back and work our way to the front. The reason for that is the welds that were originally here are all in the back, so that metal hasn't moved. The welds that are broken or missing are up front, and that's actually when the metal warps, that mesh sheet warps, it's actually going up and pulling the front back. So when we start at the back and work our way to the front and we hammer it back down, it should push the front further to the front, extending it out some. So we're going to start here at the back, and it's going to be a lot of hammer beating. I got the GoPro up here for a better view looking down, but I don't know if that's going to stay in place. We're going to try. It's going to be a lot of jacking from underneath and hammering up top and tacking at the same time. So let's see if we can get this done in a timely manner before this rain gets here. I can already see the clouds rolling in back on this side coming from the south, but as they said, the rain was coming, so we're going to try and work with it, see how much we can get done. Alright, we got all the supports welded into the trailer frame, got all the mesh on the frame tacked up. We moved on to the tailgate, got the new supports placed in that, and we folded the tailgate down to tack the mesh to the new supports and add some old tacks to the, add new tacks to the old supports. Well, the other main issue of this trailer, not only being so weak in the amount of metal, was also these latches. My buddy who I'm doing the trailer for was worried about the tailgate coming off going down the road. These things literally look like they were put on bubble gum. I mean, there's not a whole lot of metal up here. This one's already broken free on the back side here. So we're going to go around and redo all the welds all the way around it. This vise right here, this clamp is squaring this piece of metal up. It was all bowed out, so the top clamp is holding this square, while I use this bottom C clamp to push this piece against the trailer frame here where it was welded at one time. Still going to leave the top clamp, that way it'll stay square, won't warp too much while I'm welding it. Like we're done with the budget trailer now. This was a fun project to do for a buddy of mine. He probably paid about $250 for it, but I'd be willing to bet you could at least get $700 for it now. Again, budget trailer, we did the bare minimum. We ran new supports going the long way and across the short side of the tailgate. We retacked the whole mesh all the way around, so there shouldn't be but too much more warping on the mesh, if any at all, than what's already there. Also, we redid the latches on the back for the tailgate, so no more worrying about if the tailgate's going to fall off while we're going down the road. This will pull anything that you want to put on it that'll fit inside of it and meets the limit of the axle. You can't outdo the weight limit on the axle. Safety reasons, obviously. Anyway, again, it's been a fun build. It was a long time, but we took our time with it, did what we needed to do. Weather didn't really work with us, but we did the best we could with it, and it's done. So, I had fun doing this project. Hope I can catch y'all on the next one, and have a good one. Nope, not working. Day out here, we're back, and hopefully I fixed the issue with the shaking camera. Hey Waylon, you good boy, good boy, go lay down, come on, go lay down. And can work as a see, this is what I'm talking about. Wasp everywhere. Raid, again, if you're watching this, I'd love to have a sponsor.